It's informal cooking again. And right now, what we're going to cook is, in Cebuano, they call it Utan, or any type of vegetable that you're going to just pick from the farm, and whatever it is, for as long as it is edible, then you can use that. So this time we are not going to use this pomegranate. This is our dessert later on. So this time we're going to put moringa, and just to understand where it came from. So originally this come from my garden there in Salam Street, and yesterday night I actually took 4 pieces of it, and since it's very huge, these are actually the remains of the moringa, the entire leaves of it, and I removed from it the leaves already. And even yesterday I also brought with me, they call it drumstick, and this is the only one that was actually left. All of the drumsticks I already cooked and put it in the noodles, and today I think I have to get away from noodles. It has been 2 days that I have been eating noodles, and that is unhealthy for us. So I'll just allow this to rotten in the garbage bin. Since we still don't have a garden here, then let's just let this go. So the moringa really are so beneficial, because even the blossoms, the drumstick, and even of course the leaves are so beneficial for our food. And not only that, even the skin and then the roots, they have medicinal value. And at the same time, to ensure that we also have the balance, because we're not going to be using any salt this time, but we're going to use dry fish to give saltiness unto our food. So just to have a balance of it, there is something that would make it sweet, and this is from sweet potato. And we also have here squash. Since our squash have not been giving us fruit, so I purchased squash from Hyper Medina supermarket, from Al Madina hypermarket, sorry. I bought from Al Madina hypermarket this dried fish. So this is where our saltiness may be coming from, and this repacked from Sharjah, UAE. So we are going to begin cooking in few minutes. Since we still do not have a kettle here, so we are going to improvise our kettle by using this water heater, a thermos from Micromax. Earlier on, I have cooked already Indian banana. Let's check also if it is cooked. Okay, let's have a look. I think it's brownish now, so I think I need to have another round. So the scheme is like that. I just let it boil for the meantime and soak it a little bit, and later on, I think due to the high temperature, that the food gradually is being cooked, similar with what I have done the other day. I also did the same. I also cook Indian banana before going back to my garden in Al Salam Street, and this time around we can, yes, that's what we have been doing. We are just simply improvising our kettle here. It's time to slice the remaining ingredients. Let's make it small. Okay, I'll have to put it here. See, we still don't have an established table here. You can see, right? Let's just make it a little bit smaller. So in here, in the Bulanglang or Utan, actually we are putting gabi instead of sweet potato as root crops. And since I didn't have the option, so I just think of another alternative. I hope this is sweet. And then the squash. You can see now the squash. And since we are putting a lot of carbohydrates now, it seems that we don't need rice anymore. But in the province, we are normally eating this utan or bulanglang, or to some Ilocanos they call it ding with rice. And for Cebuanos, the rice that they are having is the rice that is coming from the corn. I remember before we are grinding through that limestone. Okay, our staple food, the rice during the night, and in the morning, during school days, it became our packed lunch, and we survived in that, and we seldom get sick because the corn that we are eating were actually yellow corn, and it was substantive with the required nutrients. So yes, it's almost ready. Now I'm going to check my Indian banana if it's ready. So I just removed the Indian banana from our improvised kettle, and let's try to taste whether it is already cooked or it would require another process. What happened to this one? Why is it that there is something so dry in the middle? It is already cooked, but the dryness that is in the core of the Indian banana, it seemed to be like a forceful attack, and it became like lumped, and it affects even the duration of cooking. But anyhow, it's already cooked. Yeah, since I'm a bit hungry, that I purchased Indian banana from Almadina hypermarket. So remembering Indian banana, we also have like this in the Philippines, back there in Luay, and it's actually huge. And remembering Lola giving us joke, they call it locally tindok, but this is internationally called Indian banana. So I actually just boil it from this kettle, and I already have removed it, and I'm making this kettle empty with some remnants of the banana, but so be it. So next to our menu tonight is Bulanglang or Utan or Ding. So it's easy, guys. Let's just put everything here. I'm hoping it can be accommodated. It's already there. And put also even the the squash on top of the sweet potato because I think the squash will be the next to cook. I mean to become to become like porridge, but we will not wait up until the time that it's going to become porridge. So oh, it's almost full. Then let's add the dried fish. So let's just put together so that tomorrow in the morning we also have food to eat. So it's just like mixing. I didn't do any difficult step here, and anyone can do, even 5-year-old. Just give them instruction and slice everything. So this is like very ordinary informal cooking. And of course, as a good person, you have to throw the garbage here. Then let's add water. Not too much water. Okay, enough. I actually added water, I just didn't show it to you. So then let's begin boiling it, and while waiting for it, then it's time for us to eat banana. So it is now on its way to become to reach its desired temperature. So be it, and while doing that, and while the improvised keto is doing that, let's eat banana. Oh, this is Indian banana, guys. It's delicious. Now, eating the next one. So while we are waiting for the softening of the sweet potato and the squash, let's have a look at the view outside of my window. Yeah, normally, guys, I am actually walking in that particular section, and I'll have to go there because I need to catch the bus, or sometimes I'll have to go there just to catch the bus. So this is street number 11, and then the other section also is, yeah, they call it Emirates. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to zoom it. They call it, no, you cannot read, it's very far. Okay, a little bit, but it's Emirates Humanitarian City. It's also an accommodation facility, and according to my source, it's our competitor. So far, they have brand new buildings. So that is opposite of ICAD. I think that's also another provider. And just a few minutes from now, I think the bus, which will carry passengers going back to the city, is going to pass through. Oh yeah, coming. I'm going to show you. So just a little bit. Okay, so that's the bus 110. That's bus 110, supposedly be carrying me going back to the city, but now I'm here. You know, the entire room right now is being saturated with the smell of the dried leaves. Not leaves, the dried fish. I'm wishing that my neighbor will not be able to sense, don't have the sense of smell with regards to the dried fish. Because for us Filipinos, like the bagoong and then the dried fish, for us it smells so good and so palatable, but for some it stinks according to them. So I think it's time for us to have another boil. I mean, the time that had passed might have been so enough. Okay, boil again. And you know, there is the moist that is going to come outside, and it emits, you know, the smell of the dried leaves. I'm not actually afraid of that. Yeah, see, it started right now again. So I think it's time for me to add the moringa. So let's add now the moringa, which I have removed from its major leaves yesterday, and I keep it like an air dry. Oh. Let's have a look. I think they are overcrowding. So gradually. So cooking must be an enjoyable thing. So I think not everything is going to be accommodated. I still have half of it coming. Because if I'm going to place it all, so I'll let it dry also. There is still a drumstick left over here, sliced. So I just let it air dry and allow the other half to be cooked. I think it wouldn't take that long for the moringa to be cooked, and it's actually soft, and once it already get in contact with the hot water, boiled water reaching 100 degrees centigrade, it will immediately allow the leaves to be cooked. But let's just wait for a little while, or else we're going to become like a victim of food poisoning if you're not going to cook it properly. Yeah, like the cassava, if you're not going to cook it properly, then you're going to become like a victim of food poisoning. So let's allow it to cook, to boil the second time, the second to the last, or the last time, if it is like the last time. But I saw there's a technique here. When you're going to open this one, you turn on. No. It has to be manually done. Okay, it's cooked. Yeah, you can see here it's cooked. It's been cooked already. And you can see here it has been cooked. So wow. And here is our finished product. So I'm ready to eat. You know, the other time Aunt Marilyn actually showed me Utan. She prepared during the dinner, and I sent her private message that I was in views, and that was yesterday. And today I just imitated her menu. So this is happening in my accommodation. Thank you guys for watching. SAS TV official.